Hello everyone, welcome to the Grazia Femina Virtual Beauty Carnival. I am Samreen Tungekar from the Grazia India team, and with me I have today Aastha Shah, a digital content creator, and Prableen Kaur Bomrah, who is India's first skin positivity influencer. We are here to have a very important conversation in beauty with the two of them today. We are going to talk about what it means to be skin positive, what it means to have a skin positive attitude towards your body, towards your skin. And they are both very instrumental people in having this conversation going in India in the digital creation space, as well as in the content creator economy. So I will actually first start with just asking the two of you, any one of you can just answer this first for me. What do you think of skin positivity? That is your definition of it. How do you define it?
Aastha, do you want to go?
Okay, fine. So for me, the most important thing and the one line which I've always kept in my head is your skin does not define you. Since I've had vitiligo when I was like really small, I know how it feels when people just want to look a certain way. They want a certain skin color. They want a certain type of skin. I think that's one thing which you shouldn't keep in your head, because everyone goes through something and everyone probably does not speak about it. Probably for someone who has anything related to skin, it shows on their face, but literally don't let your skin define you. Just be yourself, and that's what makes you beautiful and skin positive.
Prableen, what would you like to say?
So I feel that my journey has mainly started because I have acne, and because I started the conversation of people being filter free, because when I was struggling through a lot of acne because I got diagnosed with PCOS, it was very unbearable. And I feel that it somehow hampers your confidence to the point that you don't do the regular things in life just because your skin is looking a certain way, which I feel was a very important thing that I wanted to change. I wanted to be an instrument that could help people get motivated to change the way they looked at acne, or how they looked at skin in some way. Because I feel when I uploaded my no filter pictures, I saw so many people from the community, from all over the world, sending in their stories, their pictures of being so candid, so raw, and so real. And I felt that that was a conversation that really needed to be enhanced and needed to be spoken about. So I feel that that's why, being real and being really confident in your skin is something that I feel when I think of like skin positivity. I feel it's very it's very important for you to be comfortable in the skin that you're in, rather than letting it affect your day-to-day things, because in the end that's who you are. And I feel it starts from home, it starts from within you.
I completely agree with that. I couldn't agree more. So Aastha, speaking about your journey, what was it that prompted you to finally accept your real skin and be so vulnerably honest about it with everyone?
When I was young, I did a lot of medication. I used to go to a lot of temples. I've literally like wasted my day, like I used to go to school, come back, literally go to doctors, come back, bunk school to go to temples. I did that for almost 6 years of my life. And every day my dad used to tell me that don't care about the way you look, because the day you become successful in life, no one is going to care about your external appearance. And I was just like, yeah, that makes sense. So after 6 years, I don't know, this one day, I just looked at myself in the mirror, and I was like, this is like, vitiligo is not everything what I am about. There's way more to it. And that's when I went up to my dad and I was like, I want to completely stop my medication. And that's where the turning point was in my life. After that, of course, things became very different. I started doing a lot of things I was restricted from earlier. I started going out in the sun. I started eating everything. I started flaunting my skin way more. My skin was patchy. I used to be really scared to go out in public. But my mom used to encourage me and be like, no, you have to wear shorts, you have to wear sleeveless clothes, like you're beautiful just the way you are. And that's what made me more confident, stronger. And suddenly in 2018, I mean, I always wanted to inspire people. That was like my biggest dream. And I didn't know how I would do it. I just knew I wanted to inspire people. And in 2019, I came across Humans of Bombay, where I was like, I need to make my profile. I need to tell people about my story. Even out of thousands of people, even if one person gets inspired, it will be amazing. And I asked my parents, and they completely supported me. They were like, go for it. It's always been your dream. You will get a lot of hate, but there will be a lot of people who will also love you. And yeah, that's how it all started. And I mean, I made my story public, and I'm sure a lot of people must have got inspired, motivated.
I'm sure you have inspired a lot of people to just be honest about, where they come from and the fact that your skin does not define you. I feel like I'm sure there are a lot of people who must have gotten very inspired by the fact that you put your story out like that. And I think Prableen, with you, like you just started your conversation talking about how your acne was something that, kind of you wanted to talk about how it's normal, right, to have acne. But like growing up, while when you were growing up, like having acne or pigmentation, like did these issues in any manner also affect your self-esteem?
Definitely. I feel that when you are in a Indian household, everybody in your house will have so many opinions. They would want their daughter to look a certain way, not have acne, have flawless skin. And they'll give me all these home remedies. They'll get all different sorts of masks. I would go to, as Aastha said, I've been to, you can name the dermatologist in Bombay, and I've been there. Like, I've actually visited so many dermats just because my acne would just keep coming back, and we didn't know the root cause of it. Like, we didn't know why was it happening again and again. And the moment I stopped my medication, it would come back again. So it was a very like vicious cycle, and I was just in it, and it was very, very frustrating. And I was also, it hampered my confidence a lot, because when I started applying makeup in the beginning, I used to do it to conceal my acne. That was I think there are so many people who do that to themselves, and that's just such a sad and uh, a really bad thing to do for your own self-confidence and self-esteem, where you are trying to conceal your own acne or scars just because you don't feel beautiful. I feel it's just something like makeup should not be something that needs to be done just because it's only there to, it's, I look at makeup just as something that's fun and I enjoy it, and it just enhances everything. So I look at it like that. But when I started putting makeup, it was for different reasons, and I never wanted it to be like that. But I feel that when my confidence was so hampered, I would not leave my house. I would not go for my friends' birthday parties. I would, sit at home, cry. I would go in the washroom. I would sit on my phone. I would search like, different remedies. How can I get rid of it? Because everybody else in my class was, they had like flawless skin. Nobody had acne. It was just me. So I was also like very like highlighted like that, because I was also overweight. So that was another like, talking point for people. So I feel, of course, like there are so many teenagers, and I'm telling you that the kind of messages also I get are from these teenage girls that, they're 12, 13, 15, 16, and they send all these messages that, we are really suffering. We don't know how to go to college, how to go to school when I'm having acne. And I feel that is where the confidence needs to be pushed in. I think that's where the conversations need to begin from.
Right. I completely get that. I've had my own journey with acne. So trust me, I know where you're coming from. I also had like a bunch of friends who were all very, like the skins were completely okay, whereas I was facing hormonal acne. So I know what you're talking about. But this narrative of having flawless, or I mean like an unrealistic idea of flawless filter skin has also always been encouraged by like films and commercial ads, and
Definitely.
that entire space of like whether even in terms of your skin color, right? Like that's also a conversation that we started having very recently. Being Indians, I think we should have had it like 15 years ago, but well, we chose to wake up now. But But given that this unrealistic idea of how skin should look or should be, that has been propagated by entertainment and commercials for such a long time, what changes, Aastha, you think that you need to bring in to make these industries more skin inclusive?
I feel firstly, it's the society over here which defines how beautiful you are. Like, they make their own definition of beautiful. Actually, you should be the one who should define yourself and define your term of beautiful. When it comes to films, ads, etc., I agree. Earlier there were a lot of like beauty standards where people just wanted someone who looked fair or someone who looked very beautiful, had clean, flawless skin, no acne, etc. But I feel things are changing now, because I've seen a few vitiligo models, which are being parts of ads, etc. I still feel there is a major room for improvement over here. There you still need to get, someone slightly who's dusky, someone who has acne. I don't think all of that has still come into play, because I don't know, it's just like the society has defined that you're not beautiful if you have like acne, and if you're patchy. So I think first the society needs to change their mindset, and that's when it will come in like ads and films. Because if they show a certain kind of, for example, actress who has acne, the society, the first thing they will be like, why did they choose her? Like, that's the first thing that will come to their mind. So I think first the mindset of the people needs to change, and that's when like people like Prableen, me, etc., a lot of creators, a lot of people are trying to bring awareness. Hopefully that changes, and ads and films try to recognize these kind of people as well.
And probably, taking the same conversation forward, like she spoke about how society as a whole plays like a major role when it comes to how we define being beautiful. So as a society, what do you think we can do to make, to normalize skin inclusivity and skin positivity?
I feel these conversations should start from school. I feel, our major confidence is hampered in school, because I think I will talk from my personal experience.
Yeah.
It was a lot of it that used to happen in school. And most of the times we don't even come back home and we talk about it to our parents, because we're already, ashamed of ourselves for being a certain way, which is so bad for us. And I think the society, like as Aastha said, that she, we are seeing brands, we are seeing people come up with, like these commercial ads with people that are dusky, skin toned, and people that have vitiligo. And I feel there are campaigns also that are coming out which are filter free now. But when I started like pre-lockdown, I remember the same brands that I started working with there were a few of them who actually told me to, Photoshop my pictures just because my acne was visible. So that is where the narrative is, where I've changed, like where I've seen that it's changed over the past 3-4 years. So the same brands that are coming back, they're like, no, now we want to start the campaign of no filter. So I understand that the change is happening, but it's slow. But I feel that, as a society, even when we see someone aspirational, may that be in like movies, or may that be on the ramp walks, on fashion weeks and different ad commercials, I feel when a mass audience looks at acne like that, or vitiligo like that, or showing a real raw side of a woman or a man, I feel that is where people will start feeling that no, it's normal. If we're seeing it on TV, that's the first thing that we think of, right? As we were really young, we used to see like all of these Fair and Lovely and Glow and Lovely, like, ads. We would always want to be that. Our parents would put like Fair and Lovely on our face, hoping that, we'll also like randomly become like all fair and white. But I feel now that's changed. So I think once we start seeing it more, like it needs more exposure, is when the conversation will actually be speaking volumes. Right now it's happening, but it's at a very like small, position. It's not positioned as much as it needs to be.
So, I mean, given that we're speaking about no filter, or we are speaking about, having this whole idea of real skin now. I think another factor that has become even